First at 11, murder mystery arrests. Two brothers busted 25 years after a Newaygo teen was found dead in the forest.
Matthew and Paul Jones are charged with first-degree murder in Shannon Siders' death. She was just 18 years old when she was found dead in 1989. Authorities say Siders was last seen riding in Paul Jones's car with his brother Matthew. But the Jones brothers always said they had dropped Siders off that night.
At 5 and 6, you heard from Shannon Siders' father. Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the sister of the suspects. Leon Hendricks is live with what she's saying. Leon?
Brian and Marley, good evening. The family tells us that this morning their lives got turned upside down, but they remain confident as ever that their loved ones are innocent.
I know they could never hurt anyone. They would never hurt anyone.
They describe it as a 2.5-decade nightmare. Matthew and Paul Jones have been under a cloud of suspicion in the heinous murder of 18-year-old Shannon Siders.
Yeah, I got teased at school for it.
Now investigators have made it official, arresting the brothers and charging them with the 1989 murder. Their family says no way.
I know they could never hurt anyone. They would never hurt anyone. They protected me my whole life. They really love their children, and they are good people.
It's not clear what made police move now on the arrests. They're not saying. But we know Siders' body was exhumed in 2012. This morning, the family of the brothers tells us a SWAT team showed up and arrested them. Their question, what changed in the case? They say the Jones brothers have cooperated and were even told at one point that they were clear. The family says they too want justice for Shannon Siders, but they say that isn't going to be found in the arrest of Paul and Matthew Jones.
We just want whoever did this to her to be caught, but I just know it's not my brothers.
What would you say to them if you had the chance?
Just that I love them and just to stay strong.
Now, Paul Jones has been to prison before for home invasion and for having an illegal taser. His brother Matthew has a couple of misdemeanors on his record and a domestic abuse case related to that. But their families say they're innocent, and of course that will be bared out through the court process. We'll of course continue to follow it. Right now, reporting live in Newaygo, Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.
Today, we spoke with Shannon Siders' father, who has been waiting 25 years for investigators to make an arrest. He wants to know what was behind what happened back in 1989.
I'd like to know what happened. You know, if these guys actually did do it, and I believe they did, I'd like to know what happened that made them kill her. You know, what went wrong that night that went from some sort of a party to a homicide. It's a good day. It's not the end. It's the beginning of the end.
Our coverage continues over at woodtv.com. There you can see a timeline of the Siders case and hear from a filmmaker who has dedicated several years to keeping this case fresh.